Do you have any other debts? Do you have any debts?
I had some debt with apartments, broken lease.
Oh no.
Yes.
How much?
Uh, about 3,000 something plus. I
Oh.
got some medical bill debt.
Oh, how much?
About we're looking like $2,000.
Okay.
I got some another procedure debt.
How much?
About 18,000.
18,000?
My name Vaughn. I'm 27. Originally from Liberia, but I live in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm here talk about my finance story.
Very good. San Antonio. So how long have you been in the United States?
It's about 6 years.
6 years. Nice. What brought you here?
I came to go to school, and while doing that, I found acting. That I want to be the best actor in the building. Now I got a son. So
Wow.
yeah. So with all that come in, so it's take a lot of responsibility and stuff.
How old's your kid?
He's 3.
Very cool.
Yes, sir. He's 3. So,
Now, it's going to be personal, but it's also going to come back to the financial situation.
Okay.
Are you married in this situation?
No, I'm not married right now.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend, but
Sure.
we're not, you know what I mean?
So what are you doing for a living?
Right now, I was working for a little while, but I decided to go back to school to work on my career. How I make money right now, I just do Uber, and I also do some studies, like clinical study. And that it helped me out with my finance, paying bills, and also doing Uber. It's really helped me out a lot.
Do you feel like you're financially struggling?
Yes. Yes.
And why do you think that is?
I mean, if you really look at it, because I'm from Africa, and I came from Africa with nothing, and in America to be able to have money, you have to work, right? And you working is how you're able to pay your bills and take care of the responsibility. But there's one thing also that that you won't really realize that you missing is your other responsibility, like other career, other stuff that you want to do, and if you have a job, you don't really have that time to be able to do other stuff. You know what I mean? So, and that's why recently I just sit and think about it, and I say, you know what, I'm going to start doing some research study and, do some Uber, and it help out, but where I want to be, that's not
Sure.
where I am.
How much money would you say on average you bring in on a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis, before I was working at the company, they pay me $20 an hour, which is good for most people, but like with my responsibility, I was still broke, and they say if I get a paycheck, the next following week, I don't have no money, and I have to keep going to that job to be able to make that money, be able to take care of myself. So, and over time, I just realized this is not working out. So
what are you bringing now on a monthly basis?
Right now, what I make doing Uber and also, research study, I made about 4,000, and that's way better than a job. And
now, you'll
also,
owe taxes on those. And
Right.
since it's a contracting position, you probably have to hold taxes aside, correct?
Right.
Okay. So it's really probably with $4,000. I'm trying to think, closer to what would you say, 3,250?
Yeah. without tax and all that taken out, because in the end of the year I'm gonna be responsible for all this stuff.
Right.
You know,
so we're really gonna say you make $3,250 a month, at least as of now. So I have 2 checking accounts that you sent over. I see this Bank of America beginning balance $746, deposits of $1,810, withdrawals of $2,356.
I tell you what, right now.
Okay.
Right now, if you look at in that account, it's a negative 321.
No, the balance is negative
Yes.
321.
Yes.
Oh my dude, giving me the stress right off the bat. Why is it negative?
Okay, something. So, like I said, I recently just started doing Uber, right? And then, I have a car, and for some reason, I was really scared to use my own personal car. So I took that money from my account and rent a car so that I won't have to use my car. And then with that being said, something happened, and they saying that, the money that you use, it wasn't supposed to be your money. You know what I mean? But when I rent the car, the money came out of my account.
Yeah.
So recently, and I have talked with that agent, and they told me, that it didn't go through. That purchase didn't go through. So, but
how much was this car rental?
The car rental was about $587.
For how long?
For a week.
No, you
I
can't.
did get burned. I did.
That's half of the income you bring in before taxes. You can't do that. You know you can't do that.
Right. But what I thought I was gonna make more money by purchasing that car and making my car, relax and not break down and stuff. So that's why I was afraid.
I get that. There is some logic there. It just doesn't mathematically make sense. Agreed?
Right.
So you're done doing that. No more of that?
No. I returned the car, and
good man.
I decided to use my car and save whatever money that I make.
Mm-hmm.
And when my car broke down, I can use that money and fix my car instead of renting other cars. I thought it was a strategy. I thought it was gonna work because I see other drivers do it, and they told me, "Oh yeah, it do work." But when I do it, I end up going dead.
I mean, technically it works, but you get a 50% tax essentially with it. So does it work in a good way? No, but that's okay. Wow. Well, I'm glad you've decided to not do that. So I was already feeling a half a heart attack seeing an ending balance of 195 in here, but you're telling me it's negative 300 right now?
Right.
So you're in debt to your checking account?
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's okay. Well, it's not okay, but we got to get through it before I can give. Okay, that's fine. Mostly what you're doing here, though, is just transfer to your other checking account where you actually spend money.
Right.
So what's the purpose of having this checking account anyway instead of having all the money going to the other one?
The reason why, because I got tired with overdraft fee. You know what I mean? Cause
how often were you overdrafting?
I think because on a regular basis, they only give you, I think, 6 times that you're supposed to transfer. And after that 6 in a month, you have to, it's a fee that comes with it. If you keep transferring from your saving to your checking.
Yeah, but why not just have everything in your checking, though, if you're close to overdrafting?
Right. I was scared because I didn't want to have more money. I use my saving as a place to save my money. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Instead of my checking, I feel like that is my everyday spending, and I don't care. But my saving, so what happened was that I started using more money in my checking, and I have to transfer money from my saving to my checking. And with that, you only have a limit.
Yeah.
So I got tired with that fee, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna create a different account, which is give me a lot of freedom of transferring. I can do whatever that I want to do, and it doesn't affect me. But I have to pay $4.95 a month for that.
Right.
So, with that being said, I took that chance, and I just like the freedom of just transferring the money whenever I want to.
All right, we're going to talk about what real financial freedom looks like here in a bit. I see the perspective.
Right.
I see it. But we'll talk. Now, this is your spending account. Starting balance of $15. Not off to a great start. Brought in, transferred from the other checking account, really. And then some payroll stuff. $2,781. Taken out from ATM, debit card subtractions, $1,730, and then other subtractions, $1,062. A balance of $1.30 on here. $1.30 on your spending checking account.
And all that money is going to bill.
To bills.
Yes.
Not all of it.
Most of it's going to bill, I tell you what.
But not all of it. You know that, right?
Oh my. No, I'm serious. It's going to bill. It's kicking my ass. I'm telling you.
Well, okay. So there's deposit, and I guess that's probably the research fund. I see. You do lots of. I see what you're talking about when it comes to the freedom of the transfers, and I see how you're doing that and how you're calling that freedom, because there's such small ones like 20, 30, 50, 30, 20. So you just kind of constantly do it. And then you have some income coming in, like 561 there, 625 there, and 200 or 346 there as well. And then again, just lots of transfers. And yeah. So bills, as you call it. You know what are not bills?
It's not gonna. My bill is not gonna say on that because I have to pay. I have to draw the money out the ATM and then pay. Not cash, but it's like a
money order.
No, it's like a payment thing that you do at CVS, and they only accept cash. So most of the huge amount that you probably see on there is the money that I took out to pay rent. And when I do that, you know what happened. Money deduct from my account, and that make my account go below limit.
Well, let's say, what is your monthly rent?
My monthly rent right now is $1,100 for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
2-bedroom because of the kid?
Yes.
That's good. It's a pretty expensive rent, $3,250 after taxes every month. So, again, I respect having to pay rent. And I think that rent, just for the city, is relatively reasonable. It's a little expensive for you, but what are not bills? These are not bills. Church's Chicken, PlayStation. So are the Apple Cash, are those the withdrawals?
No, these are like a payment account.
To what?
Like, for example, the PlayStation, the Church's Chicken, that's a food, you know.
Right, but what's Apple Cash?
Apple Cash like Apple Pay.
Yeah, but where's it going?
Most of the time I pay my mom. She asks me money. I also pay her child support.
No, to your mom?
My mom pay my mom.
Oh,
and I also pay my mom, give money out. So yeah, I'm a man with a lot of responsibility. So I think that's why my account is a little bit tricky, you know, because I'm always looking out for others.
Apple Cash $80, Apple Cash $50. Then
that's my big mom.
Cash App $30, McDonald's $9, then more Apple Cash for $80, then $18 for eBay, $6 for eBay, And then PlayStation for $12, Apple Cash for $85, PlayStation again for $32, and more McDonald's for $10, and Subway, and Apple Cash, and eBay, and Apple Cash, and Subway, and McDonald's. A lot of those are not bills.
They're not bills.
They're not things you have
but
to
these
do.
are, you're right. I don't have to do it, but it's things that you want. Like
well, yes. I know the things that you want. I never disputed that.
Okay.
That doesn't make them necessities or bills. Now, okay. I want to hear more about the situation of your kid's mother. So let me just do some quick math real quick.
Okay.
So with the mom of your kid,
right,
you sent $405 within 30 days. That's 13% of your take home. That's a lot. And then your rent is 34% of your take home. Already, almost 50% of your money is gone just on your rent and then sending her money. What does she do for work?
Recently she's working now, but before she needed a lot of help.
What kind of help?
Just financial help, food.
Why wasn't she working?
Clothes for her, for the babies and stuff.
Babies?
Huh?
Multiple babies?
Well, she got one and then two.
But you only have one.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it's two. So I always help her, if she needed. I think that's a good thing to do, But she's working now. So right now, what I'm responsible for is just paying the child support instead of just, hey, Vaughn, I need this. Hey, Vaughn, I need this. So she don't do that no more, which is a good thing. So, but I'm responsible to,
Is this a court-ordered child support?
Before it used to be a court order, but then, we
How much?
Bring it back home. I pay her $100 every week, Friday, That's what we talk about, and we agree on it.
I mean, that more than covers the groceries for a kid. And then I guess there's things like school supplies and stuff like that, but it's not like you can't take care of those on your own. Right. What I'm most curious, what does she do for a living?
Right now she's working somewhere. I don't know exactly, but she's like a supervisor there. I think she's been there by like a month now. She's been working.
And how much does she make?
I don't know exactly.
You should know that information before you send her money, because I get the help the kid, and you must. It's pretty much a requirement of a father. So I love that aspect of it. What I want to make sure of is that your money is going to good use, and for the kid specifically, and that she's not slacking on work and spending it more frivolously on things for herself and stuff like that. If you are, the main reason I'm concerned, I mean, if you made double this money and you were sending $400, then that's a different story. Right. But you're tight. You're actually negative on one of your checking accounts.
Right.
That being the case, you're sending a large chunk of your money over there. You need to make sure that it is going to good use, and that you're not just enabling her to just live her fantasy life of less work and more spending, stuff like that.
And you're right on that, So recently I started, reorganizing myself, what I can do and what I have to put some limitation on, and one is my money,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nice guy, I take care of people and I try to help them out as possible as I can,
mm-hmm.
But like for a situation like this, when I'm -0,
mm-hmm.
There's nowhere I can call and say, hey, wire me some money or send me some money, unless I hustle like for stuff like this,
mm-hmm.
Putting myself out there and then, doing these little gigs and stuff, and that's how I'm able to support myself. But no one else is really taking care of me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the caring nature that you have. I can already tell. That's fantastic. Just make sure no one's taking advantage of that caring nature. that I think is critical. So it might be worth a conversation. Make sure you get more insight onto it. And if she's not willing to give you insight, then maybe, that's when you have to use some of the leverage of the power that you have of sending money over and be like, well, if I don't get any insight into what you're making, what you're bringing in, and where this money is going, $400 a month that I send you, then I'm sorry, I can't send it anymore.
Right.
Not that I want to create drama, and definitely never want to put a kid in a bad situation. I just want to make sure that it is going to good use and you're not being taken advantage of.
Right.
Just because I've seen stuff like that on this show multiple times. Not the exact situation, but people taking advantage of people's niceties. So it's just important and looking out for you in that case.
Thank you.
So this checking account with $1 in it, is it still only $1 or what's up?
Yes, actually, yes. Because how everything started with my drive with them and then with the car rental thing. So, and I feel like they cheated me,
Why?
Because when I rented a car, right, they said that Bank of America said that, that transaction, it didn't go through, so it was our own money. And I'm like, but the money, they came out of my account. Because if it didn't come out, I won't be able to rent a car. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, I have an app. And I see it, what happened, what's going on. And but when I was there, the lady, the clerk, she was telling other drivers that, hey, Bank of America, we have an issue with them. You know what I mean? And I had no idea. So I thought I was okay. But after 2-3 days, I was supposed to get a deposit because you got to put down a deposit before you get a car. So, and they said, you're going to get your deposit back. So with that deposit, when they came in, Bank of America automatically take it. They're like, no, it doesn't belong to you because the money that you use, it wasn't yours. It came from our account. And I had no idea what was going on. So I wasn't able to get that money. And then, for the fact that it was 500 something, so they took 200 and that's how, I still own 321 something. Yeah. And, I haven't been there. So I just, right now, all the account, what you got up there is zero. Even in my other saving is zero because I just decided, what I'm going to do right now is just save some cash on me. So whatever money that I'm making right now, I'm not putting it in the bank.
How much do you have on cash?
Right now, what I have right now, I have about $500 right now from saving,
And you're hoping you're able to dispute with Bank of America? Or
well, right now, we just left that case there. You know what I mean? I haven't go back to them and talk about it, and they haven't called me and figured out what's going on. So the account is just open right now, but there's nothing in it.
If you think there's a chance, just based on what you've said, try to dispute it with them. It's not a credit card, so it's harder to dispute. Debit card transactions, checking account transactions. It's worth it. Reach out to them, see what they do. If not, you got to put that $500 in and get it taken care of, which hurts, but it's something that will loom over you, and that kind of sucks. So let's talk about credit cards. Do you have any credit cards?
No.
Well, that's
used to.
You used to? Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why I stopped taking credit cards, because over time, this is why I just got on my nerves. So when I had a credit card from Wells Fargo, like back when I just got out of high school and, I needed some help. So I took the credit card. Yeah. But with that being said, even though I had that credit card, I was still, when I used it, I was still referring money back. It was still going in and using it, pulling back, using it back. But it just never got less or less. It just keep going up, up.
And I can tell in your spending nature probably why. So, you mentioned you have a car.
Yes.
Is there debt on this car?
No.
Good. How much? What's the car?
The car is Mercedes-Benz.
What year?
Is it 2010? Mercedes-Benz.
What's it worth? Do you know?
Right now, if I decided to sell it, I'm looking probably get out like 8,000 out of it.
Okay.
You know.
Sure.
That's what. But I love it. And I'm still using it. So.
Do you have any other debts? Do you have any debts?
I had some debt with apartments, broken lease.
Oh no!
Yes.
How much?
About 3,000 something plus.
Oh.
I got some medical bill debt.
Oh, how much?
About looking like $2,000.
Okay.
I got some another procedure debt.
How much?
About 18,000.
18,000?
No, like 1,800.
Oh, 1,800. So 1,000.
1,800. No, not 1,000. 1,800. So total, all my credit, what I own on my credit right now, in order for my credit to be good, I have to pay about 6,000 to 7,000 to the credit collector in order for me to have a good credit right now.
Yeah.
So, and
how old is the medical debt and surgery debt?
I think it's about like a year or two.
How old's the apartment?
Apartment's like 3 years. Okay. That's like when I first moved to Texas, and that was my first apartment. Then
why'd you break your lease?
Well, I decided, like my baby mama at that time, we were together, and I had my own place, but then she was wanting to move out and then get her own place. But at the same time, but the fact that I like her, and so I decided to go live with her so I can help her out. But here's the tricky part. My lease, it wasn't supposed to be a broken lease. I put in the request and tell them that I was leaving. They wasn't comfortable with me leaving in the middle of the month. So they're like, oh, you can't leave. If you leave, it's gonna be a broken leave. But it wasn't something that I let them know ahead of time. Look, I was gonna move.
Well, you can't just do that though. Like that they were in the right for that. You broke the contract. Now, usually it always depends on the apartment complex, the management company, but sometimes you can like pay a fee and break the lease. With this, was this the remaining rent that you owed, or was this like their fee?
Yeah, I think with everything, with the month, because my month was almost over. With the month.
Was that your last month in your lease?
I can say that, yes. So with the last month rent and the broken lease, everything they calculated, and they came out to 3,000 and something plus. So that's still on my credit. I have to.
What was the medical stuff for? The
medical stuff, one, it was I had some kind of hard breathing condition. I wasn't really like breathing and stuff, and then they had to go check it out. But came to find out I have something stuck in my nose, and then they had to like take that out. And
you all good now though?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm breathing no more. I'm talking to you.
That's what matters, right? That's the important thing.
That's what matters. So everything is good now, but I still owe this money because it's nothing free in America. Back when I was in Africa, we thought everything was free, and no, it's not. Everything it costs,
And did you have health insurance at that time?
At that time, no, and that's what make it worse. That's what make it worse because my medical bill wasn't covered, and I didn't have no money to cover it. Until now, even when I get money, I got other responsibility. This, that, you feel me? So, I have never really come close.
So there's a couple realities here, right?
Okay.
Reality number one, you're in a mess, a financial mess. But I think you know that because you owe a lot of debts. Those debts suck. Medical debt is my least favorite debt because you literally did it to like live longer.
Right.
And now you owe for that. It's my least favorite of all the debts. The apartment debt, 100% makes sense because you broke the lease. You broke the agreement. So you owe these debts. You owe about $7,000 of debt. Sucks, but it is what it is. $7,000 in the grand scheme of lifetime money is not that much. In fact, it is less than you bring in before taxes in 2 months of income. So let's talk about potential solutions here. You said you came here for school.
Right.
Did you graduate with a degree?
Not yet. My mom, we came here. I came with my family members. My mom never really told me why she sent me here, but I figured that I wanted something and she wanted the best. And then by doing that, I figured she wanted me to go to school. She wanted me to better myself and help them out. You know, because that's the more in Africa. If they're saying you like places like America, Europe, or something, they are expecting something out of you. You got to make something out of yourself, or else you're no good.
Sure. But you didn't graduate with a degree.
No, I did. I went to college, but I didn't make it through.
Okay.
So I went to like a trade school. First, I went to get my mechanic. Mechanics, I'm certified diesel mechanic.
You are certified?
It's certified diesel mechanic. But when I graduate, I kind of had a tough time finding a job because I wasn't really experienced.
How long ago?
That was like 2016 when I just got out of high school.
We live in a different world now. You know that, right?
I know. But well, all that's built up a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I struggled through that, but it didn't work out. And then plus, when I finally got the job, I didn't really like it. Once because I don't like my hands greasy. It makes me sweat, and I don't like sweat. Like my palms sweat and stuff. And then how oils and stuff like that make it tickle.
Plus in the Texas heat, right?
Right. So I didn't really like that. So I kind of find something else. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go get a CDL. And I got a CDL, But with that being said, everything was going great. I had a job. Doing what? Just deliver. I love driving. Okay. That's one of my things that I have fun. I love acting and I love driving, So I was doing that for a while.
How much were you making?
I was making about, when I got hired, by $15. I was, just a new guy, like an entry level. So I was making $50. It wasn't a big deal because it was covering my bills and all that other stuff. I didn't have a lot of responsibility like now. So it was making sense. But during that process, I was on a job. It was a cool job, but I was smoking CBD, the whatever, but it do got weed. So one day, they like drug test me, and I didn't know that the CBD got weed in it. So and my test came out positive, and so
those tests are usually for THC, and
THC.
As far as I understand it, THC isn't in CBD.
Well,
but yours did?
Yes.
Maybe?
Compliant with the CDL regulation is part of the drugs.
No, sure. I mean, that makes sense if you failed their policy. I'm just a little surprised that.
Right. Yeah. So till now, I'm on probation with my CDL.
Oh, for how long?
It's like whenever I get a CDL job, they're going to keep testing me. Make sure I'm clean. Make sure I'm not smoking. Make sure.
Do you smoke a lot?
I don't smoke. I stopped smoking. One of the reasons because of that, and another reason that I just want something better, and I don't want no limitation on me. And I feel like that smoking weed, I mean, it's okay. It's not a bad thing, but with society that we live in, they put limitation on you.
Sure. Plus, it's an expensive hobby.
Right. So with that being said, I just quit it. And I don't smoke at all, but I'm still dealing with my past. You know what I mean?
I get that.
So.
Okay. So a few things here. First, a clarification. You mentioned a savings account. Do you have this savings account?
Right now, I don't. I don't have a saving account because that saving account, that was what it turned into. That other account that, you know, you just go in and out because I got tired paying that fee. So I don't have that.
Okay, so this $1 and the $500 in cash is all the money to your name right now.
Right.
Okay. So.
With some cash, remember.
Yeah. If you're open to it, there's a couple things that I would do were I in your situation.
What would you do?
There's a few things. One, get with what was it, Bank of America, and see if they can dispute that thing. See if they can. If they can't, but you might have to put that $500 cash in there and just get it taken care of. So at least that's done. So that $300 debt that you owe them will be gone. You won't have much money, but at least that'll be gone. You're also going to have a talk with the mother of your kid. You're going to understand where the money is going that you're giving her and how much she's bringing in and how much she's working. And you're going to see that $400, if that's adequate, if in a rare chance they might need more, in the hopeful chance that she probably doesn't need that much, because that can easily more than cover, if it's budgeted correctly, the cost of a kid for a month. Now there is like health insurance and stuff like that, you know. So again, it just depends where it's going. But if this is just to cover food, you know, that's more than enough. So got to figure that out because that'll help you budget. When your lease is up, 34% of your income is going to rent. I would try to find a place for about $900 a month in the San Antonio area. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to, you know, really find it, but it might be a couple-year situation. You know, that extra $200, that'll go a long way with what you make. How many hours of Uber do you drive a week?
The thing, what I like with Uber, like I can come in anytime.
Yeah, but how many hours a week?
I really haven't tracked it. It's all about what I make, you know.
So you have a certain cap to make, and then you stop working.
For the most day, like on the busy day, like starting from Thursday to Sunday, it's busy, and you can expect to make about maybe 150 to 200.
How many hours during each day?
Maybe about 8 hours. You know, 8 hours and stuff. You can make that.
How often do you have your kid?
I have my son every weekend. So with that also, it kind of put a limitation on me of doing Ubers, and you know what I mean, because I have my son. So
But you do not have him Monday through Friday?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what I would do in this situation, Monday through Friday, until this mess is cleaned up, driving from essentially 8 a.m. to midnight every single day. Maybe doing some Uber Eats as well during the heavy hours of dinner, making as much money as you can in anything and everything that is not going to paying for rent, that is not going to supporting your child, that is not going to utilities or maintenance on your car, is essentially going to pay off the surgery debt, then the medical debt, then the apartment debt, which I don't think will take too long because it's not a crazy amount of money. It sucks. You're going to have to work more, but make as much money as you can. One thing I would also consider, because the workers' economy is so strong in these kind of industries right now, being a diesel mechanic again for like another year, just another year. See if you can get some higher earning position and throwing all your money at cleaning this up. And then once this is cleaned up, you don't have to do it. You can do what you want to do. That supports. But that's what I would do. And other thing.
But the problem with that though, I don't mind doing it, but it takes time from me from other career that I want to do.
What's the other career that you want to do?
I want to be an actor.
Okay,
With that being said, you gotta go to school. You gotta invest.
You do not have to go to school to be an actor.
Well, you gotta get a training, some classes. You know. You do.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's kind of like music. And I studied music in college. Yet, this is going to sound like the most arrogant, crappiest thing in the world.
Go tell me. I'm listening.
But in my later years in college, I made more money off of selling my music than any of my professors did. School is not for a talent-based industry that you want to get into. There's a lot of things you can self-teach. There's some private lessons you can get. You do not have to go through the whole institution. Especially, do you feel you have the talent? Are you getting good gigs? Are you making good money off of it?
I think I have the talent. I don't have the help that I'm supposed to.
What help?
Maybe like someone is knowing me. Connections. Right. Having a manager, having an agent. Well, you know, I don't have all that. And, you know, and even though I have the talent, but I got to get good at my craft. And this is why I say, you have to go to school. You have to take some classes, you know.
For a talent-based industry, you do not. You can refine things in school. You can learn things more in depth. I learned things in, you know, the school music that did help improve things. But the cost of the degrees are going to be worth the return on investment on your end? I'm not sure.
I mean, technically not a degree. It just...
well, if it doesn't come with a degree, then the return on that's probably even less, because then you can't use it for other things. Because if you have a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree, even if it's in the arts, you can at least take that and put it towards a job market.
I think the reason why I do it for knowledge.
I get that. Okay, I get that. Sorry, we've gone off track a little. I get that. I don't know if you have the ability to do that when you have the responsibilities of these debts that have been hanging over you for years, meaning you have not been doing them at all. Meaning that you need to buckle down, sacrifice, were I in your shoes again, sacrifice, kick butt, make as much money as you can, because this isn't just for your future, this is for the future of your kid too. I understand the wants of being an actor. I want you to be an actor. I want you to be the most famous actor ever. That's awesome. Clean up the mess so you can have more time to focus on that. Because the more time and energy you put into making connections and stuff like that, that's an investment up front. And by investment, I mean you're going to be making less money from other things. You do not have the choice to make less money right now. So you have to take care of this first. You have to. We're talking future here versus your wants right now. And the second thing that sucks is during this time of sacrifice, I'm sorry, Church's Chicken, McDonald's, it doesn't fit in this situation. When you're negative on a checking account, when you have $1 in your other checking account, when you owe $7,000 of debt, by all mathematical standards, you cannot afford that. And that's the hard part of this conversation. That's the part that I hate saying, because I would hate hearing it said to me, but it's true.
I think you're right, you know, but the reason why you make money because you want something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What is it that you want? I want to hear about your future. Tell me what you want, financially speaking.
Me financially or
in life?
Life in color.
Sure.
That's a big question. I think I want it all. And what I mean by that, I want it all. I just want to be recognized. I want to be good. I want to say perfect, but I know no one is perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
well, how about this? Do you want to have a stable life for your kid?
Yes, of course.
Do you want to pay for your kid's school?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to get him the gifts, going out to eat, the traveling that he wants to do when he grows up?
Yes.
You cannot do that when you owe money in your checking account, when you have $1 in a checking account and you have $7,000 in debt. So that's what I'm talking about. I want you to have those extra things like being recognized and stuff, and I want you to get there. I want you to be able to work there. You have to make sacrifices now to clean up the basic stuff so you can then do that. If you took time away from your work right now, you couldn't afford to live. And you would have to take time away from work right now in order to pursue those aspirations. It does not work right now. It might work in a year. It might work in 6 months. If you decide to leave this place and kick butt and make as much money as you can, which in the workers' economy and the freelance economy and I'm forgetting the word, the but essentially contractors, you can work as much as you want. And right now, there's as much work possible. Now, they're not all high-paying jobs, but being able to work as much as you want gives you the chance to bring in extra money. You could take care of this pretty minimal debt very quickly, and then you could do whatever the heck you wanted. Are you willing to do the sacrifice?
I got to get ready for it.
What do you mean?
I mean, to me, like, I just look at it, okay, I owe them. You know, it's not going to disappear unless I pay it. So I really don't worry about it a lot because as long as I'm making it happen every single day, then, you know, that can rest for now until I handle all these other problems.
What other problems?
For one, like, my career.
It's your dream career, not the
dream career. But you can make
that's not a problem. That's a want. It's not a problem. It's not a problem that I don't own a 80-inch TV. I want that. So that's a want. Well, what other problems?
My son. You know, my people in Africa, you know.
So what's the problem though?
I mean, I have to be responsible as somehow, you know, looking out for them.
Okay. And do you realize with this, you are not being responsible?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Picture your future, what you want it to be. Picture your kid's future, what you want it to look like. And realize that there are sacrifices in order to get there. And please, please buckle down and sacrifice to get there. Let Varn know what you think about his financial situation in the comments below. And if you want to see these happen live, as well as chat with me on a daily basis and have a video chat once a week, feel free to join my private Discord, which is linked in the description below. Shout out to my 4 Cups of Coffee supporters, Abdil Martinez, Mark, Josh Bennett, Clayton006, Tyler Chong, Drew Smith, Timothy Williams, Sam I Am, Jason Spriggs, Nicholas Daly, Tom L, Jay, Freedom, and Hans. 8 Cups of Coffee supporters making the dream come true, Joseph Strickland, Anthony, an anonymous supporter, and Sam V03. Subscribe and stick around for more. Thanks.